Om Namah Shivaya children. Now we are going to see about land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. So first we start with land. So what is land? Land is among the most important natural resource. It covers only about 30% of the total area of Earth's surface, right? And all the part of this small percentage are not habitable. Habitable means living space. So the uneven distribution of population in different parts of the world is mainly due to this varied characteristics of land and climate. Right, so there are many people are living in different places, right? So this is the main reason, because we have a varied characteristics of land as well as the climate too. The next one is the plains, river valleys, which offer a suitable land for agriculture. And this densely populated areas of the world are having this agriculture as their main work, right? So this is all happened because of land. Now we are going to see about this land use. This land is used for many purpose. Right, as I said earlier, it is useful for agriculture, right? So for many reasons, this land is used. So what is called a land use? The land is used for a different purpose, such as cultivation of crops, forestry, grazing, livestock, construction of buildings, houses, canals, and for minings and manufacturing. So for all the things. So this different uses is referred to be as a land use. Now we are going to see about the common property resource. So what is this common property resource and why it is coming under land? So this common property resource means a land can also be divided on the basis of private land and community land. Okay. So the private land means it is owned by the individual. But the community land means it is owned by a community, that is like a common use or like a common people use, and for a collection of fodder, fruits, nuts or medicinal herbs. So these are all cultivated in community land. So this community lands are also called as common property land and common property resources. So now we are going to see about soil. So what is soil? We see a soil in our day-to-day life, right? So a thin layer of grainy substance covering the surface of earth is called soil. So what is its soil profile? It has any profile? Yes, the soil have a profile. So coming from the bottom layer is a parent rock. That is called a parent rock because it is an origin, right? So we all have a parent, that's why it is called a parent rock. The second layer is weathered rock material that have a rock material in it. So on the third layer is subsoil with the sand, silt and clay. So some form of subsoils. And the fourth layer is topsoil with humus and vegetation. Humus means the important nutrition content. It is called humus. So the topsoil is always covered with humus and vegetation. So what and how this soil has formed? So what are the factors of soil formation? So we have 5 factors. The first one is climate. The next one is time. Third one is parent rock. Fourth one is relief. And fifth one is flora, fauna and microorganism. Because these 5 things may play a very vital role in the soil formation. So now we are going to see about soil conservation. So first of all, soil conservation means the management of soil to prevent its destructions, right? So that is called soil conservation. So here we have some soil conservation methods like mulching, contour barriers, rock dam, terrace farming, intercropping, contour blocking, shelter belts. So we have a various methods to conserve our soil. So this picture is called a mulching process. That means a bare ground between a plant is covered with a layer of organic matters which so now we are going to see about water. So water is everywhere, right? Our earth is also called as a water planet because 3/4 of our earth's surface is covered with water only, right? So we have a plenty of water in our earth. So we need to conserve water nowadays. That is the water conservation. You may ask now, water is everywhere, so why we need to conserve it? Is there any reason? Yes, we have a reason, because the access to a clean and adequate water source is a problem. Because steps have taken to conserve this dwelling resource. Even though the water is renewable resource, this overuse and pollution make it unfit for use. That's why we have to conserve our water. So the most of these chemicals, that is the non-degradable and reach of human bodies through the water, because the water pollution can be controlled by treating these effluents suitably before releasing them in water bodies, right? So now we are going to see about natural vegetation and wildlife. So first of all, what is natural vegetation? And this natural vegetation and wildlife is exist only in the narrow zone of contact. That is, it is exist mostly in our biosphere. Okay, so this life supporting system is known as ecosystem. So we have a distribution of natural vegetation like a forest, grassland, desertic scrub. So this coming under forest we have categories, grassland under we have a categories, so desertic scrubs under we have a categories. So wildlife, we are in need to conserve this wildlife, right? We are all having a very few species left. So what are the conservation of forest? We have a many things for saving the wildlife. We have to conserve our forest, right? So what are the conservation measures and what is the mean or methods to conserve the forest? We have to set up the biosphere reserves, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries. So like those things we have to set up. That's how we can conserve the natural vegetation as well as the wildlife. That's all, dear.